What's up, everybody? Clint Esposito here with MX Bets. Today we are going to talk about Southwick National and X Games. There is very limited betting opportunities for X Games in Moto at the moment. I don't know if that's going to change throughout the weekend, but so far it's just best trick. So we'll start with Southwick here. So here are the odds. Jet, negative 380, meaning if you bet $20, you'd only make you'd make $5. Well, I guess they wouldn't take your money and you'd get the 26. So you're essentially not making that much money. Eli Tomac plus 242. You on a $20 bet, you would make 68.40. Hunter Lawrence plus 841. Aaron Plessinger plus 1322. Justin Cooper plus 3,434. Cooper Webb plus 8,000. Anderson plus 12,000. Jorge Prado plus 14,000. RJ Hampshire plus 14,000. Okay, we'll leave it there. I don't know that anybody, I think Eli is pretty good in the sand. Is he so much better in the sand that he's going to beat Jet? You never know what's going to happen, but I would say that right now, Jet, like the odds say, is the favorite. Do I see any huge opportunities to make a lot of money? I don't know, especially not with just who's going to win. You do have odds for a podium, which maybe is a little bit bigger window to make some good money on. Jet is negative 1,900. Eli is negative 300. Plessinger is negative 110. Hunter Lawrence is plus 105, so they don't feel like, I feel like Hunter's a good bet here because he could very possibly get on the podium. I think my sleeper pick here to get on the podium would be RJ Hampshire because he's looked really good on the 450 so far this year, and he did grow up in Florida, so is he really good at sand? Probably. I mean, he grew up riding it his whole life. The other long shot where you could make good money is Prado. Is he really good in sand? I don't see him getting a podium, but Harry Koulas would also be coming from Europe. I would imagine he's probably better in sand than your average American rider. But like I said, I don't really, top three is still a long shot for Koulas, but it could happen. So I don't know if you want to sprinkle a couple of pesos, give Koulas a couple. All right, here we are with X Games betting. So for X Games, Salt Lake City. I do like BMX Dirt, but again, I don't have enough wherewithal. I don't pay attention enough to really be able to be like, I think this person's going to win. The only person I really know is Ryan Williams, who I don't think you can ever count him out. But again, in dirt, he's plus 404, and Brady Baker is negative 111. So I'm assuming Brady Baker kills it in the BMX dirt, although I know that's not what we're here to talk about. Moto X Best Trick is what we want to talk about, and I will read their little snippet here. Australia continues its dominance in the Moto X Best Trick after registering its 14th gold medal in 17 events in this discipline, courtesy of Rob Adelberg. He entered the winner's circle last weekend for his third time in 6 X Games, 50-50, and I'm sure it's probably just him and Jacko splitting it, taking his career medal tally to 18, adding to the Aussie dominance in Osaka, where Benny Richards and Jackson Strong. If you could bet on a country to win, then I would definitely say no-brainer to bet on Australia. But that's not, there's no odds for that. Benny Richards and Jackson Strong, who accompanied their compatriot onto the podium. Strong has now medaled in his last 5 appearances in the event, including 2 golds. That would be my just seeing how X Games Osaka went. Even if they don't have anything new, I would give the nod to Adelberg doing the Rodova front flip off of the next gen ramp, so no actuated ramp. Jackson Strong, maybe if he pulls the seat grab Indy front flip a little bit better. I think that they do compete with one another, although I think seat grab Indy is easier than a Rodova, although doing that big would affect the rotation. And we saw last year in Chiba that Jackson won over Adelberg, who Adelberg's trick was absolutely flawless. But Jackson Strong did the no-hander where he looked back, which he was given the nod for because opening up slows down your rotation. So if Jackson's able to throw a huge C-Crab Indy front flip, then maybe because that kind of messes with the rotation, he will get the nod. I'm not sure. The other variable is, does Adelberg have something else? Because he's already debuted 2 new front flip variations. Does he have a third? That I don't know, but he very well could. Also, Benny Richards with the special flip. If those 2 guys land their tricks, I don't think the special flip is going to beat either Adelberg or Jackson's tricks. But if something were to happen, he could be right there as well. So I think the safe money, and you're still plus 147 for Adelberg to win, which is funny. Everybody's plus in this class, but I still $49 on 20. So I think that's a pretty safe bet. Anyway, thank you guys for clocking on here and watching MX Bets. Who are you guys betting for? Leave it in the comments. And as always, this podcast is brought to you by Tough Jug. You can get free shipping from toughjug.com with the code 2wheels25 at checkout.